you might know that I want to do a YouTube rewind. You might know that I've already done an attempt. That's probably not too bad. We're gonna review it, not the video, but like the package, the meme package that I was trying to create. Because I was just trying to make memes, stitch them together. You must understand, the first attempt is always going to be like somewhat mediocre. The very, very first attempt was 2020 actually. The same year when Mr. Beast released his Rewinds. I was trying to do the pandemic version of Rewind, like 5 hours of just like talking about random stuff. I wasn't organized at all. So moving from that to this is quite an improvement, I would say. All right, so still, it's very difficult to say when it's going to be like a real rewind, and I think I can sort of push it to the level where like a reel means 100,000 people have seen it, and people like want to see it, and that they're excited about it, and they give me actual thumbs up because it's like cinematic and all that shit, which is kind of what I'm aiming for. I'm aiming to edit through programming, basically. It's a very interesting technique, I would say, because if I edit through programming, that means I control the tools. I create and control the tools of how I present content, potentially for other videos as well that I make, right? I can make other videos more cinematic very quickly, or like being able to flash text on the screen or put icons on the screen and highlight them and they just like show names and bullshit like that. There's a lot of things to explore when it comes to like this sort of idea. I'm not exactly sure. I think I released this influence tracker at like the middle of 2022. So I was just kind of like getting the hang of it. It wasn't really a prominent thing, and I wasn't thinking of like using it here. But this time I will be using it. Actually, when I was making YouTube Rewind alternative versions, because all I have to do is just go through the pictures, basically. Right? When I was doing the alternative version, I was like ranting using the buttons, and I'm like, fuck, people are not appreciating my fucking effort. That sort of stuff. It's annoying to like not understand why something is bad, you know, because I can't like actually interact with the audience and give them things. There's no interactive nature, neither between me and the people who might want to watch YouTube videos, nor me and the YouTubers. I'm like excluded from everything, from the universe. And it feels pretty fucking terrible. I'm not gonna lie. I've making 1,000 videos and feeling like you're still excluded from the universe. And this is like the only fucking branch that I'm holding on to. Like maybe I'll make something powerful, impactful on this platform and people will actually care about this. That is pain that I have to like push through. So after a year, it's a very important discussion to have of how YouTube Rewind previously looked like. Maybe what are going to be changing, what has changed naturally. Just more details about the things as they were in the previous year, just to remember what I found about the previous year, because the funny thing is to not just follow the trendy things that happen. Like people kind of just like if you just stitch it together, it's not really cinematic. It's just like a story of like, ah, yeah, that happened and that happened. But why you didn't put this thing in? Then people start looking for, if it's not like fully artistic, people start looking for flaws. They can't relax. They're looking for their favorite YouTuber or whatever. There has to be enough excuses to put a person down so they stop searching for things. Another flaw that I was shooting myself with is putting too much text. This is impossible to read. It is impossible. But these are my memes. This is how I tell my memes. This is how I make myself laugh, dude. So you must understand, or make myself interested. Now, I don't actually consume my own content, so it's hypocritical as fuck, bro. It's just like, I want YouTube Rewind to be something that people try to make, and not just children. I found like 10 YouTube Rewinds made by children. I'm like, yeah, you got a lot of views, and you're gonna flop the next year, or you're just gonna disappear, or you're just gonna be like a lazy ass and just not do much in general, because you have to be active throughout the year. Otherwise, you're not gonna have the authority. You're just not gonna have the authority to make YouTube Rewind. That's what I do. Like, the entire year, I was analyzing a bunch of things, and it's gonna get even crazier next year. Way crazier. I want to even, like, know where the middle point is of, like, because my content making has been accelerating continuously. The middle point is like 5th month, May, March, April, May. Yeah, this is the middle point. And if we go all the way down, now, not everything is a video, but I've made 200 items, and then I made 300 items later. So even within the year, I accelerated 50% in terms of how many videos I output. The reason for it is because I split card game content and the main channel content. I stopped focusing. I also stopped uploading 2 hours of a video, because it's kind of exhausting. The only thing that I can do for 2 hours is bitch about bullshit. And that still is getting, like, cropped a little bit recently. So, the channel is changing slightly, right? Is going to be accelerating constantly? That's kind of the idea, to be honest. Maybe I'll cut into, like, 50-minute videos. And I'm going to be more comfortable with that. Like, it depends. It depends on the tool sets that I have. And the same goes with YouTube Rewind. It's the final boss, basically. The final boss battle of me putting all my experience together. All the things that I've gathered in all these thumbnails, basically. So potentially it's going to be a two-sided video. I'm going to release this one about the previous YouTube Rewinds. The second one, we're just gonna, like, quickly go through the history of my channel, uploading these thumbnails and what do they mean, if they invoke some kind of it depends if I release the second video. But yeah, now I have to review what we're dealing with. Okay, let's begin, boys. Now this thumbnail kind of looks like shit, but back in the day I was like, fuck, this is amazing, bro. I was captivated by this. And obviously it has all the power puffs, because that's kind of the inspiration for the whole thing, to chase after celebrities, to, like, better myself, be able to compete with them. The interesting thing is, like, you wouldn't know by watching this, but the top 100 is in the background being played out, because it's all shuffled and it's all nonsense, basically. So you don't feel like the power level rising, which is kind of what I want to do this year. I want to show you the number rising, put more animations, again, program the visual stuff, because I can do it now. Just a few months ago, I'm like, shit, I can read the picture from a file, and it's not that fucking hard. If I can perfect this idea, I can just have a folder of pictures First of all, I did it with cards. I was questioning how can I put cards in the game? Because all I have to do is just like a card has to function like a card, right? It has to have two functions, just flip functionality and tap functionality, and then resize. It's like play on the board, whatever. That's it. And then you can put it in the deck or whatever. So I'm like, shit, I just need to put a picture on the screen. And that was the idea behind all the cards. And now I have a card game that's actually fucking fascinating and doesn't require any programming at all. I'm like, fuck, that's amazing. Now I can just entertain myself if anything happens. This is an offline game, by the way. Easy peasy. And you can invent your own way of playing this shit. But again, what it enables me to do is like, I slowly pick up a skill and I like sort of master it slowly as well. I at least appreciate it. And this is going to be used against the final boss. This, we're just going to strictly use that instead of using Windows fucking folders to hold YouTube rewinds. Because that shit is disgusting. Yes, I will still have a folder, but I'll be able to read it with my influence tracker now. Meaning that I will be able to read the previous YouTube rewind as well. And I probably can make a remix of the last year as well. And it depends, right? If I improve my tools even more, I will continue remixing the previous years after the December 1st, after I release it on December 1st again. That is the date. For the rest of December, we're just kind of like celebrating rewind and looking back into the past. It's a whole different kind of month, basically. All right, so with that out of the way, yeah, I can probably like crop the photos a little bit better now. I can definitely do the text better. But it depends, right? Also, yeah, this doesn't look very appealing. The finger's kind of weird. I even had to paint one of the Ariana's fingers, bro. She's trying to hold a 10 million reward, right? But why that one? Because Technoblade died, and he had 10 million. That is the meaning behind this thing, which is really stupid because like it has like this orange tint. You can barely see that this is like a diamond YouTube reward, right? The Easter egg on this thumbnail is this fucking black dude. Is this what you wanted, you know? Is this what you want? Is that the rewind you wanted? No? I had to just, you know, come back next year a little bit more bigger and better. Or I should say grandier. Obviously, there's a color Easter egg of trying to put all the elements and assign them with words. So PP like a fucking meme that PewDiePie couldn't stop saying, but it stands for Powerpuff Girl. So, it's a crazy meme, I would say. It's a funny one. That is just like, why the fuck does this exist? Girl is just a simple, sweet word, and power is a powerful word. So the rest are not so interesting, but like they fit pretty well. Also, Earth, right? Earth contains the. That's a very interesting one. All right. So I was like really proud. I'm like, if you guys want to change the thumbnail of the rewinds, you can send me your fucking things. I was still hoping like people would interact with me. Nah, bro. Only if you have 1 million subscribers would that happen. You know, only Jackson's has the power to ask for people to comment under his videos so he can, you know, give transformative content that we have never seen before, because only a person with 1 million subscribers can do that. You know, it's crazy. And it definitely gives an ego boost to Jack's films. Was I even capable of comprehending that something will happen to Sniper Wolf last year? Like, there's a lot of, like, question marks of, like, what was the vibe back in the day? I think I put Sniper Wolf, like, on one slide. No, on 2 sliders. 2 sliders. Okay, so, there's a whole huge review. Like, I don't think I even gonna fit in 1 hour, to be honest. Because there's a lot to just, like, experience once more, like a nostalgic experience. So maybe it's a whole fucking series of videos. Like, for 5 next days, I have to sit down and do this stuff. God damn it. The rewind, boys. This will be a part of YouTube Rewind. The pain, basically. I do want to be YouTube CEO, but can someone donate me get out of ban free card? Cool. I couldn't predict that YouTube CEO is gonna, like, change this year. It's kind of a big deal. Obviously, Timeworks, my competitor. But now there's 3 technically competitors. There's Random Kid, and there's some random kid. Alright? There's some third person. I probably should pull him up. Let it slide, boys. There is Todd Boy. And that's it. That's all you get. Nobody cares about anything else. Have Todd Boy did something cool? Let's see it. I mean, it's a fucking baby, bro. And he got almost 1 million, you know, views on his rewind. Was it really fucking explosive? Well, it filled in the empty spot. And now I have to compete against this broski that uploaded like 6 videos in a span of like this year. Or like, no, 7. Congratulations. 7. Amazing. What a wonderful creator. With a high level of authority. Yeah, this is pretty fucking stupid. I want to rewatch this and just double see what I think, because obviously I would erase this from my memory instantly. There's no emotion. You need to translate what the fuck it means to be in a boxing match. It's just nothing.
In real life, whoever keeps their hand on the longest wins the private jet.
Well, what color's your bag?
There's no fight. There's no purpose.
My dog stepped on a bee.
Elon Musk is taking over Twitter.
Adidas dropping Kanye.
The metaverse. Let's talk about that.
Going now. For the 60 million people who've lost money to scammers in the past year.
B are undercover as prime hydration employee.
He was making all white people ancestors cry now.
Emotional damage. I'm Sean Evans, and you're watching How.
My face doesn't feel like my face.
现在也会有冰淇淋。
Was perfect.
Hello, it is me, your humble Tommy, isn't it?
You guys want to play rock, paper, scissors?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
A 23-year-old Minecraft creator who won legions of fans thanks to his gaming talent, humor, and courageous life story.
He was talented and also very entertaining.
He would just make you smile and laugh.
He was so much more than just a content creator.
so much more than just a Minecraft YouTuber.
Technoblade never dies.
Technoblade never dies.
Hi, it's my birthday. 30 years old.
I've come to realize that I'm Arrow Ace.
Thank you for having been there for us the last 8 years.
I'm so happy.
Thank you, everyone. Now I am crying.
I will start an OnlyFans if you meet my conditions. Glad to have you here.
You just hit 10 million!
Game of the year winner is Elden Ring.
That hit rapper and artist debate?
Dad passed the vibe check, but a cake.
What did she said? Jack pass. I need to rewind.
Vibe check, but a cake.
Let's move some product.
It's Speed on side. Speed!
Done that in 2022. The world champions are Argentina.
So, final verdict is that it's positive experience. But, you know, could be so much better. Let's keep that evaluation. Get a rewind. What kind of evaluations do I have? Nothing. Fuck me, man. There's no... I don't know, man. What the hell? I thought there were evaluations. Well, the shaker is pretty new, so... you gotta give it that. Alright, Mr. Tot. We'll see how he improves, because obviously he's gonna try again. Am I right? I would imagine. Obviously, people want a rewind that they can, like, relate to and understand the events. If I twist reality too much, I mean, people are not gonna connect properly, right? They're just gonna say it's icky, it's disgusting, it's not appropriate, all that shit. I have to fight a pretty fucking crazy demon in that sense. So I have competitors now. Now you get the behind the scenes idea. I could watch the Timeworks thing, sure. Another important thing, it's influencers. Now there's a lot of fucking Disney people that I'm kind of addicted to. And they are competing for eyeballs just as much as any YouTuber does. You must face the influencers. You must understand that they're there at least. And the YouTube Rewind also has to respect them. And as much as you hate Jimmy Fallon or some other people from like television and stuff, you'll have to fight them somehow. You have to provide value that is powerful enough to keep people's attention. It's a very interesting texture in general, right? In fact, this actually explains a lot, right? Only like the strongest ones are gonna survive the PewDiePie cringe slope into madness, basically. And only like almost everyone is gonna like appreciate Mr. Beast and follow Mr. Beast, but they probably will lose the idea of like, why are they doing that? Why do they watch Mr. Beast videos? Because everything will gonna hang on like, well, everyone is doing it, right? It's a whole different aspect. PewDiePie and Mr. Beast combination. Can I push it into my YouTube Rewind format? I don't know, bro. Obviously, I make a joke of like not featuring things, which is gonna be a completely different of like this. Don't even expect YouTubers to be in YouTube Rewinds. Like that sort of fucking fuck you in the face. Of course, like there's gonna be Mr. Beast, PewDiePie, like the big ones, the stuff that like really powerful. I have this guy in the background, technically he should make it through. We'll see, guys. It's not a big deal. Obviously, the power pops, again, without like the moving images, it's not intimidating enough. Without animations, it kind of sucks, right? I'm just like flickering with my mouse and it's like, fuck. I don't care. You put effort into it, but it took me 2 weeks. So it's not too crazy. It's not a compilation of like truly everything that I found to be interesting. It didn't even invoke like a fucking conversation, which is kind of a pain moment. I promote Aria, Discord, then of course I'm gonna be attacked for different things. I'm touching a lot of communities, and I've actually created a series of like, I think 3 videos, at least 3 videos, just covering all the 33 communities that I'm covering, basically. Like, I'm spread thin, by all means. I'm like a fucking pizza across YouTube, trying to look for a multitude of things. Like, even if you watch Sunny V, who's supposed to cover a lot of YouTubers' ass, Sunny just kind of falls flat whenever there's food introduced for some reason. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with him. He's not gonna be in YouTube Rewind. Very likely. So, oopsie noodle. Well, there's a chance. There's a like 10% chance. And chance is a chance. So, Keyboard Warriors, I'm like, you gotta fucking throw that shit and promote it. Rewind is back. Now, again, in order to like achieve these shots being fired, actually employ people, probably it has to be in the back of the video as well. Like, you have intimidated someone successfully. You have shown the experience in the, instead of the credit scene, it's like, you're my credits. You now have to do as much work as you felt like you have to do. So it's like, just do it in the end. Just be a part of the rewinds and understand that it's that meaningful to everyone to bring it back properly. Being able to control rewinds, the free use of rewinds when it comes to like 2018, it's a very interesting meme of like how all those 8 rewinds just kind of evolved onto each other and what they did differently. And that is like a rainbow effect. But the rainbow eventually goes into the earth. And now it's in the depths of the earth after 4 years. So, technically we're reaching the other side of the rainbow, the tipping point of the other side of the rainbow, which is kind of fascinating. And it's probably like very true. Like for next 4 years, I'll just improve the formula and intimidate more and more people. The avalanche cannot just happen overnight. I can't just become viral and convince people to like me. It has to like be quite gradual. In fact, the most annoying part about my thing is like these things. I've learned how to remove that shit or to not make these artifacts. This is pain, bro. These artifacts on every single word. Is that slight improvement, but I did it. I figured out a way to do it properly. The reason why these artifacts happen, these are somewhat slightly transparent letters, and you put things behind them, but you kind of avoid touching the letters themselves, and it's just like stupid, right? I don't even know anymore how to recreate it. This is authentic, guys. This is an NFT that I can sell for $100. It's even hard to like read this. We said I'm Will Smith, and I was like, which one? Which one do I read? But like, no one fucking would bother. They want flashy screens. They want cartoons on the screen. It's pain, but it is what it is. I'm fucking mentally exhausted right now. I still have to deal with like the most pathetic excuse for a mom, bro. Ridiculous rewind, boys. This is how you get subscribers, basically. Am I right? Don't do drugs. This one cracked me up. Maybe, I mean, it's always a good example of like fucking full board. How are you gonna defeat it? I activate a card. What if you didn't have this card in your hands? You know, what would you do? Just concede. It's like, it's so stupid, right? There's no line of play. It is like it's possible to have like a perfect counter to something, but it's just so pathetic. Was this a Borkler? I don't remember. Because this looks like a fucking Night Drake. Something that I created already. No? I guess not. This is a different one. This feel like a Borkler. It's weird, bro. Kazakistan. Yeah, the entire board just gets deleted by this one creature that's also immune, so it stays on the board pretty much. Like, shit like this, like, has to be over-analyzed on Hearthstone, so it just kind of breaks me forever. But we can only do that with this new evaluation. This new evaluation is pretty fucking smart. So I can like focus on the game and just like evaluate really fast on every single move that's going on. Every single aspect. Obviously, some tribute. Some more weird tributes. This one's still fucking a wonderful case. You can imagine like the clothes never really changed. I don't know, bro. It's scary. Women are scary, bro. You can see how scary it is. Like I would have dropped whatever audience I had up to this point. 50% of them had to leave. But it's still like fucking, to me, maybe I'm creepy, but like, jeez, that is awesome stuff. Even Leah can sort of like, you know, add flavor to madness. There's the banana dude that I appreciated. You know, anywhere I get even slight amount of like decent experience of like Discord, that's pretty good. But to always feel like a person that everyone wants to get rid of, I'm like, are you fucking insane? Like, what's going on? So the only way I can fucking explain it and take the hit is if I gain something in return of being kicked out, and gain some kind of fucking self-esteem thing, some kind of authority thing. And it feels like, yeah, I'll just do my thing then. But you lost all your reputation, and I will strike back. You know, I'm obligated to take my revenge. It's kind of like Sniper Wolf. This is why I don't hate Sniper Wolf. She's just taking revenge in this. It's a fucking silly way. Talk like adults, you know. She gets very upset emotionally, I would imagine. Isn't able to express it in a video properly as a proper YouTuber. Because let's not talk like adults, let's talk like YouTubers. How about that? You know? And people are complaining of like YouTube is taking no action anymore. It's fascinating to me, right? And I'm not sure what's going on. But I'm not too invested in YouTube doing anything. This is the worst. This is the worst, bro. the artifacting to the max. I didn't even bother, bro. But I just had to work with what I had, what skills I had. So I praised Anicia, and I had the Discord experience. I pulled a fucking girl into my Discord. I'm like, bam, you know, I got something out of it. But with the numbers, you would be able to tell a much different story, right? Because you would be able to like explain how big of an impact it had in my life, how much time it actually took away from me. I'm a smart person, so my time matters. Where I put my time actually matters, and I increasingly, you know, continue getting brain cells. All right, and those brain cells want to be entertained. It's the funny thing. You can see my background stretching skills is also in full display. I haven't improved that, by the way. I would just like crop these guys out and put them in a different fucking wall. Or I use AI, but I still don't know how to use AI, so fuck you. You're gonna get a different background entirely if I wanna, you know, win this over. I could, you know, pick a piece of background and like stretch it, but like I think we only had like this square to work with, so I had to like copy and paste edges of the square very carefully. Looks like shit, you know. Yeah, I don't watch movies. It's pain in the ass. But I want sexy things, and now I watch Disney Channel. So this is the Disney Channel flow. Absolutely. This is probably the funniest slider. So we have to take our precious time. It's probably gonna crack me up. Mr. Beast, new video. Survive 24 hours in PewDiePie's old room. Look at all these creepy toys, bro. But the creepiest thing is that PewDiePie can show up out of this cupboard any moment, bro. And scream like, floor gang! Like a goblin, bro. Eat your fucking lasagna, bitch. Awesome. Selene summoned 800 points of heat. Fascinating. Yeah, instead of like saying out loud that Selene summoned, I could have so many features that just does things automatically, including the introduction to my videos. I need an introduction. I need disclaimers, bro. What the fuck I'm doing. This is how you do introduction. You'll see, you'll see. My hardest challenge so far only lasted 15 minutes. Bruh. Got outmatched. How many minutes would you last now, Mr. Beast? Have you improved? 20 minutes? 22? What about Japan? In PewDiePie's Japan basement, basically. How long would you last there? These are toys, like, what are these? What is that shit? It's so creepy. Then there's the touch the grass joke. So, as you can tell, like, these are kind of like memes, kind of like impressions. Not all of them have to be like funny. With the girls, like, you can sexualize them the shit out of them. With Hearthstone, you can trash the shit out of it. All right, that's the fuck you, Hearthstone. Hey, look, guys, someone was not invited to YouTube Rewind. I see my friends. It is funny. I'm not sure what I meant with I see my friends, but like, YouTube, I mean, Hearthstone getting dumped in a trash bin. Now you have friends. And now we shoved it even deeper. But it's like, it's so difficult to like get rid of it. You know, it's just like, fuck, it's like a roach infestation. I have nothing better to do, you know, that sort of feeling. Especially after like Elder Scrolls Legends has left me. It's a dead body now. I literally can't play it. It died. It's not functional. Do I need a new computer to be able to play this? It's so relevant to me. but mysteriously an update happened or something, you know, one of those, and it doesn't even play anymore. And I'm like, shit, Hearthstone has eaten my competitor. The roach infestation is pretty fucking disturbing at this point. And technically, I should be making some memes about this. Absolutely, this is awesome stuff. And meme making is pretty good. Obviously, you have to like think of like how can you squeeze the least amount of words, the most impactful image. But it is what I'm okay with this. I personally okay with, as long as I'm entertaining myself, I am moving forward. But in order to entertain other audiences, I'm like, I can't relate. I am not even invited ever to be a part of anything. Even just conversation is difficult. So I'm like, you know, something's going on that I still wasn't able to like solve. The greatest puzzle of why am I excluded from everything? Which also doesn't allow me to grow properly, you know, as a person. But it is what it is. So, and also, like, yeah, it's just the most confusing shit. So confusing, so painful. Here you have -3 subscribers. Very good. The deserved downfall of humanity because people touch grass less. You have to pause after every single slide and try to understand. And Bill Delphine tried to touch grass and promote it, and it only spiked the transition into nowhere. You know, we have lost the grass touchers. Is it a bad deal? Pretty bad. But here's me promoting grass touching one more time. Absolutely, it's very difficult to read the farmers, but you don't have to. Farmer's life is a life for me because it's all about the sexy shit. It's so weird. I don't think like this was pretty weird because I wouldn't be able to make the same slider this year. I just wouldn't be able to do that because like it has to hit you with inspiration of like shit. I've seen too many of these outfits, and I have not seen it this year. This is why I touched grass, kids. And I'm not sure how much my collection of music has evolved, but here are the numbers. The Cyrex number, freaking 50 songs. I mean, she has a collection of music beyond anyone's imagination, right? So every year is like every 3 years is like 1,000 songs, because every day is an upload. So of course she's gonna be ahead of everyone else. The impossible creature. But it's still like I have never seen any other channel like that. Nothing comes close. I haven't bumped into it. The other channel, like non-nightcore music, is not appealing to me. You can still beat Cyrex. It's still possible. With one upload a day, you can still beat it, but you have to upload exceptional music and avoid cover songs, stuff that, you know, just rehashes the most popular music. I've listened to it already. I don't need the nightcore version of it. So it's possible to beat it, but technically it's not a competition that's fair at all. Did this crack me? I don't think so. The favorite pizza place joke, I had to throw one in there. In fact, there's like 5 jokes about Smosh because Smosh occupies 5 spots. There's the Ian and Anthony spot. There's Shane, Courtney, Kimmy, and Smosh itself. There's 5 spots in top 100. Yeah, this was actual quote from Courtney. I'm your father. No, you're my favorite pizza place. Oh my god. It like makes no sense, so it kind of cracks me that one. There's that. See, like the emotional roller coasters like goes up and down, and only I understand how to, what kind of perspective to shift to actually align yourself to understand the meme. So this one, well, I shit on Billboard because Billboard deserves to just not exist, and I don't think it does anymore. Bill 100, yeah, it's out. It's done. Roasted beef. There's gonna be a section in YouTube Rewind when I accept and reject people and concepts of the internet. All right, what's gonna be in YouTube Rewind, boys? So, we'll be watching some other YouTube Rewinds in that month, evaluating things. I still probably not gonna win. You know, I'm still not gonna win the delicious 100,000 views on my thing. Why do I say that I'm not confident enough? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think it changes whether I'm confident about getting views or not, because I literally have no control over that one. That one I cannot be even confident about. The only person that gave me views is Sniper Wolf. That's it. Everything else is just like random garbage. Whether I'm gonna be successful or not. Maybe when I beg, when I have a wonderful introduction, something changes. I'm not sure, bro. The equipment didn't change much. Like, I'm more comfortable in my chair with my equipment, with my sound effect going on, and it didn't change shit, because apparently, like, whatever's on the screen matters the most. But yeah, so it's, whether I get views, I just, it's undetermined. I cannot potentially calculate anything. Despite of, even if I put a lot of effort, I'm still not sure, because I cannot just test that. Putting effort to a tremendous degree, testing, it's impossible. This is why I use quantity over quality, because quantity I can actually like do it. Mr. Beast can do high level videos, but he has to put in a lot of money into it. I don't have that shit. I have to do the other thing, the opposite, quantity of content. So, content's whale. It's a very, very spot on thing. It's almost like a glitch, I would say. I'll glitch Sniper, because even though it was on the screen, I wasn't like reading it. Well, a glitch is a glitch, boys. Glitch is a glitch. Glitch is at 4,000. There was another glitch in the end of the video, but I already forgot how it works, so I don't know. Everyday bro for 5 years straight. I'm not sure if I meant TikTok. I think she was just doing general reaction thing for a long time. That's it. That's the meme. However, but like, yeah. How could she get away for 5 years, man? What's going on? Uploading every single day for 5 years. How could you get away for 5 years straight, though? Now, I don't have the exact numbers of how many videos each year she has uploaded, because that's tough data to collect. I almost did that. I definitely did that once. I'm not sure if I captured it properly. That would have been a pretty good short, you know, of like just, I could make decent shorts when I find information that should be captured in like a 2-minute format. I can definitely do that. And that's probably going to boost my ability to get engagement from people. Because the Ignorito channel is pretty tough to crack. Anyways, and that's probably the format that works best for me, is just do 2-minute videos. Most people can't stand this long. Especially when I'm complaining about my failures, like I'm just vomiting failure on the screen. But it's just something you learn from really fast. Other people's failures. So I'm not embarrassed by that. And I want to vocalize my shit. It's relevant to me. Maybe it's wrong. And again, I wanna fail out loud so other people can just catch me doing something wrong. But it's very difficult to provide proper criticism. You have to know. And I don't know. I'm smart, but there's still a chance. So technically I'm like gambling for information. It feels like. But there's a better way to put it. Like when I vocalize, when I'm doing this experience, I can capture it. I can understand what I've done. Out of the pen. Like, I can't just open a can of worms right now and talk about this. Because usually it's a flavor of bullshit episodes every time I mention of like how making videos, making a quantity of videos has improved my life. Because I'm not trying to be an influencer. I'm trying to learn as much as possible. The only time I want to influence is that one video I make. And you saw, like, it actually brings success to a lot of people. The kids just got fucking 1,000 subscribers multiple times. The Time Works is kind of doing the short version of things and can also benefit from YouTube Rewind. But I don't think YouTube Rewind is like one of the most popular videos he has. If I look Time Works. By the way, I'm not subscribed. I don't follow this guy. This guy is garbage. This guy fucking looks like Ant Venom, by the way. My biggest enemy ever. YouTube needs to step in. Congratulations. Congratulations. He was fast at both of these things. Alright, but he has nothing to say. He just fucking uploads the shit for the sake of, like, saying something happened, guys. So, how deep do I have to go to find YouTube Rewind? And will I even find it when I find it? Yeah. So I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 layers deep to find the old ones. What about 2022, though? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's 2020. We keep digging. 25 layers. I think it's about 200. 30 layers. No, deeper? 35 layers. Maybe we have skipped already and I don't give a fuck. Yeah, no. Here it is. This one's pretty deep now. So his identity is simply not YouTube Rewind material. You know, unfortunately. Like if I have a perfect channel where YouTube Rewind is going to sit on top of everything else. All those 1,000 videos that I've made, none of them are going viral. But if I can make a viral hit with YouTube Rewind, like that's a cherry on top of everything that I've done. It would be perfect. It's hard though. Holy shit, to learn the strategy behind virality. Am I really going to subject myself? Like, I don't know what the next year is going to bring and what kind of experience I'm going to get. I'm just saying, I'll work. That's all I can say. I'll be working. Because I still don't have one friend that I can rely on, like, to have conversation with, to talk about something, to spend time. I got not 0 friends right now. Maybe 0.1 or 5% of a friend in the ether, in the collective. 5% of a friend. That's the journey, boys. The actual puzzle. See, this slide is cool because the puzzle quest gets better if you go back in time. If you rewind, that's what makes the puzzle quest so good. The third puzzle quest was such a disaster. 2 was playable, but boring. Puzzle Quest 1 was the most addicting thing ever, bro. Now I want a Puzzle Quest 0. I want to go back from Puzzle Quest 1 to a 0 version, obviously. I have uncovered a very interesting pattern of Earth personalities being able to find their voice in other people's channels. So I'll potentially am more powerful in other people's channels. This is so cool. This happens to Selena as well. Selena is all over YouTube, and she kind of has like #1 spots in a lot of other people's music channels. It's very fascinating to me. Yeah, now I'll pay full attention if I see an Earth person. There's probably collaborations going on, and that made them famous or some bullshit like that. And I have to think about it myself too. This was a game I played long enough. It's actually probably supposed to be a... Nah. What? I didn't even touch it afterwards. Because it's convenience issue. If a game is not convenient for me to just click play and enjoy it, it's not good. It's just a not good game. Like, you can put the greatest graphics of all time. The shit that matters the most is the loading screen. The loading screen is the greatest border between enjoying the game and being frustrated and being scared to even click on it. Click to play. I'll play a fucking 2D racing game, bro. As long as it means that there's stuff to do instantly. I don't have to like worry about the nitpicky things. So, I don't know. The scary thing about this game was like one car was better than anything else I have had my hands on. Everything else was just like too difficult to control, but this fucking worked. And I knew the acceleration was like a big part of what makes your car successful. But yeah, this was something to deal with. There's some more sexy things from the girls that I liked in local space, so to speak. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about it. 5K total influence. That's something. Because right now, one Powerpuff is 25,000. So they can barely scratch 1/5 of a Powerpuff by combining their powers. Right now, I want to try that again. Total Eevee, Monica, Fiery, I guess. Ozzy, Soda. I'll add fucking 5 of them. Total influence, 14,000. Yeah, it's literally power level of like Dragon Ball Z style. Yeah, I think this video is going to be 1 hour, 30 minutes long. Whatever it takes to finish it and just move on with my project, because that's the most important part. As you can see, I fucking have a background noise going around that I'm trying to control, but like, it's cringe. What was the influence back in the day is the question. So the very first slider almost. This shows 31,000 points of influence for the Powerpuffs versus Mr. Beast. Total Power 4 is yeah. Okay. Power 4 is now at 84,000. Beast is that. If we divide 845 with this, now it's 14 times. I actually lied in this case. I lied. It was like 11 times stronger. But I cared about number 13. And in both cases, like, it kind of just aligned, like 31. Right now Taylor is like 33 years old. So it doesn't really align very well. I celebrated 31st birthday of Taylor when I opened up this T-Stone Inn, where I put all the numbers in. Now, this is, when I created this, I didn't even knew that. It was the craziest glitch of all time, bro. So technically, Ari and Taylor have some pretty crazy glitches. But I'm gonna talk about it some other time. I mean, I already did talk about Ari. And I'm wondering, what about the other two girls, bro? So yeah. Now Mr. Beast is losing by 14.5 times. In general, there's way too many women now. Because I can't even consume regular content. I'm like not interested anymore. I'm not even sure what I'm interested in anymore. After so much time wasted, basically. Like, I'm a little bit numb. I'm a little bit exhausted. So at this point, my mood cannot tell you what I'm interested. Unfortunately, I like exploring new channels in a way. I like exploring content that I haven't watched, but I have to keep one-upping myself on how I do it, because it might not be entertaining if I force myself to do it. I have to have fun with it, just like with the Mr. Beast and Ring of Fire. Like, if I do an interesting take, there's an opening. You know, I make a video and I create a mini game. There's an opening of like, I can watch a total of like, I don't know, 5 hours of content. I create this kind of opening. For one video, one mini game, for one day of experience, I have an opening of 5 hours to consume content specifically for that specific category, right? Very cool stuff. I don't have a conclusion. I'm just like, that's how I will be watching content, right? Dream turns into a nightmare. People were comparing these guys just enough, just one tiny bit, that it triggered me to like, bro, like they look exactly the same, bro. Let me change their faces. Let me stitch their faces and like make a joke that Dream can actually change faces whenever he wants. Of like, oh, you don't like this face. The funny thing is, this has glitched. Dream actually decided to like, well, you don't like my face. I guess I'm gonna hide it. This was supposed to be a joke, but I didn't thought it was like gonna land of like, in a serious way of like, oh, Dream doesn't want to show his face anymore. But he would have actually done it. He would have, if he had a superpower to change his face, he probably would have preferred doing that. How would that work? It's so weird. It just kind of like happened. And these kind of glitches, I'm not sure if the other things glitched. Like, technically, Chrissy also glitched. Because I realized Selena did the same thing, except even more scattered across the internet. She is more like a committing person. So if something succeeds once, she's gonna be like, fuck, let's keep going, bro. Absolutely. I would imagine, right? All right, Mr. Cream. Because I can't call someone Dream. That is too suspicious. But Cream, absolutely. So, congratulations, making your first ever glitch. And we might see more of those, to be honest. This is kind of like the secret sauce of this video, because I might discover glitches I never thought about. And it's just so interesting to me. Of like what I said in the past sometimes can have a ripple effect or just be pinpoint accurate. It's so weird sometimes. Yeah, I probably would be able to handle this a little bit better. This part, like, sharpen it. Now I have the ability to sharpen images. I can show an example, I guess. This is already sharpened. And if you go back, this is why I did it. You know, I have the ability now. So I think that's what it needed. The sharpening effect. I could have just changed the font entirely. But instead I chose to do like the outlining. Yeah, I'm still not capable of handling this shit, but this was Diablo Immortal Meltdown. It's so annoying. Actually, I do have to decide, should we continue or should we split this video into 2 pieces? We have like 75 sliders to go through, and that's a lot. That's genuinely too much. I guess I'm splitting the video and I'm taking a break. Diablo Immortal. And petting a president. There's sliders that just are not that relevant, to be honest. But I can still stretch another hour to as well. Spending at least 1 minute with a slider. That should be fucking easy, bro. So, see you guys on the part 2.